Hello, once more, everyone, and welcome back to my channel back here on YouTube, doing the NFL prediction videos this week for championship weekend, down to our final four teams in the final two games to decide who gets to go to Super Bowl 57 a long way, which we started videos way back in August, and we're already into January, the championship weekend finally. And then after this week, 2 weeks from today, we'll be doing the Super Bowl prediction videos for Super Bowl 57. Looking forward to doing that. But with that being said, it's time to get into our predictions for our championship weekend. Two games, 49ers, Eagles, Bengals, Chiefs. My favorite team is playing, Patrick Mahomes and Chiefs. Can't wait for that one Sunday. Sadly, I won't be able to watch it. I'll be able to watch the first half maybe, but who knows. Looking forward to seeing both these games this weekend, seeing what happens and who's going to be in Super Bowl 57. With that being said, it's time to do the NFL prediction videos for the championship week. Right back here where we all starting at. First matchup on the day on Sunday, coming up in Philadelphia. This one's at 2 o'clock p.m. between the 49ers and the Eagles. Storyline in this matchup, multiple storylines in this matchup. Number one, Brock Purdy of the 49ers. Mr. Irrelevant, the last pick in the NFL draft from this year, and he's unbeaten. Started his first start, I believe, was in Seattle back in Week 15, way back when, and they won that game. They've won every start under Brock Purdy, pretty much, and they're playing to go to the Super Bowl. Second storyline is both these teams. Eagles playing in their 8th title game, in the 8th NFC Championship game. We're going to go to their 3rd Super Bowl in the 21st century. 49ers, for them, this is their 3rd appearance in the NFC title game in the last 4 seasons. They went to Super Bowl 54, went last year to play NFC title game, lost the Rams in LA, and then this year, we'll see what happens. They've been to 2 Super Bowls, they're on 2, looking to go to the 3rd Super Bowl and looking to get their 6th win and go 6-2 in Super Bowls all time. And now this thing about this game, real quick. This game, Eagles, Jalen Hurts, they have weapons on offense. He has A.J. Brown he can throw to. He has a few other receivers. He can get to his Dallas Goedert tight end. He has a running back that can help out. The Eagles are pretty good. This is going to be a tough matchup for the 49ers because the Eagles' defense, they have 4 players. Brandon Graham, Hissina Riddick, and I believe Josh Sweat. And there's one more I believe I heard earlier today. Javon Hargrave. Between those 4 defensive players, for the 4 of them, they combined for 49 sacks for those 4 players alone this year for the Eagles. So I think the 49ers, it's going to be loud. It's going to be hard to hear this matchup. And I think the 49ers, they're going to have to play good. For the 49ers, they need Bosa to step up and do what he can. They definitely need Nick Bosa to step up and do what he can with the 49ers. Get to the quarterback, get to Hurts, and hopefully help the team out. This matchup, I think the 49ers, they have the best tight end in football, one of the best tight ends in football, George Kittle. I think the 49ers, that might be the X factor on offense. If Deebo Samuel isn't healthy enough to play, who knows how much Deebo Samuel is going to play in Elijah Mitchell and Christian McCaffrey. But in this matchup, I see the 49ers winning. I see the 49ers going on the road with Brock Purdy, and I see the 49ers upsetting the number 1 seeded Eagles. 49ers are my NFC pick, who I think win and go to the Super Bowl 57. Moving on to the Kansas City Chiefs and the Cincinnati Bengals. Yeah, that's right. Joe Burrow and the Bengals. Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. Biggest story from this game coming up on Sunday is Patrick Mahomes' high ankle sprain. How is he going to be doing in the weather? It's going to be cold. I see the weather for Kansas City. Question is, will Mahomes have any mobility issues with that injury he suffered last week, the high ankle sprain? And second storyline of this matchup is second storyline of this matchup is the last 3 AFC champions have been these 2 teams. Kansas City Chiefs won Super Bowl 54 4 years almost ago, and they lost Super Bowl 55. Bengals won last year in Kansas City on the road and went to the Super Bowl and lost to the Rams last year. So these 2 teams won the last 3 AFC titles, and it's going to be interesting thing to see. Bengals have better weapons And then lastly but not least, the Chiefs. Fans, you're concerned about Patrick Mahomes and the whole team overall. You know, as a Kansas City Chiefs fan, I can tell you this. Watching Mahomes play good this year, playing all season, watching his highlights, Kansas City always knows how to win, but they're on 3 against Cincinnati the last 3 games. Last year in the regular season, the AFC title game last year, and then earlier this year they lost in Cincinnati on the road. Yeah, 0-3. The Bengals' only win against the Chiefs on the road has come last year on the road in the AFC title game. So the Chiefs are 0-3 in the last 3 matchups. And that's Joe Burrow. He was the starting quarterback in all 3 games. I think the Chiefs, if Mahomes can't do much and they can't get a win, it's going to be Cincinnati that wins it, I think. You know, the Bengals want to win their first Super Bowl. That can happen if the Bengals go into Kansas City and upset the Chiefs. Last year in this matchup, for the AFC title game, I picked Kansas City over Cincinnati, and I was wrong with that. This year, I'm going a different route. I'm picking against my favorite team, unfortunately. I'm going to go with Cincinnati because I'm concerned about Mahomes and his injury, and I'm seeing that happen, unfold. If he doesn't do good because he's still injured from it, I don't see it ending well. I think Cincinnati, they're too good of a team. This Bengals team reminds me of last year's Bengals team that went to the Super Bowl 56, almost beat the Rams, but lost, unfortunately. But I do see the Bengals upsetting the Chiefs again, the number 1 seed, and I do see them getting one in Kansas City for the 2nd straight year in the AFC title, which will send Kansas City 0-4 against the Bengals, unfortunately, I think. And one other thing I want to point out about this matchup is, I know I've talked about this quite a bit this year. Fans and even the announcers were thinking that this year that Mahomes, Josh Allen would be the new playoff rivalry, and just like Peyton Manning and Tom Brady was back in the day. I think you could now shift focus and say Mahomes and Burrow is the new rivalry in the playoffs, and they're going to compete against each other to go to the Super Bowl this year again for a 2nd straight year. I think you can make that statement as well, and who knows? Maybe next year the AFC title games between these 2 teams in Cincinnati. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. But with that being said, recapping the picks. Going with the 49ers, Brock Purdy, the underdogs in Philadelphia against the number 1 seed Philadelphia to get the win and go to Super Bowl 57. And then in Kansas City, I'm taking Joe Burrow and the Bengals against my favorite team, the Kansas City Chiefs, and Patrick Mahomes, unfortunately, send the Bengals to Super Bowl 57. So, that being said, I hope everyone enjoyed today's video. If you liked it, you know what to do. Hit that like button. Please remember to watch, like, and subscribe. Don't forget to tell your friends to do the same if they've not done so yet already. And also, hit that notification button below so you know when I upload a new video. And with that being said, have a nice day, stay safe, and also comment below who you think is going to win this weekend and who you think is going to play in Super Bowl 57. And I'll see you in 2 weeks to make the Super Bowl 57 prediction video. So with that being said, have a nice day, stay safe, and peace out, everyone, and bye for now.